But I can't answer your question. Otherwise, I'm not going to sit here and play 20 questions on the phone with you. I am unable to assist you any further. My number is 187.
And can you give me your name?
All you need is my badge number.
And who is your supervisor?
Well, I have about 4 different supervisors.
Yes, sir. Can you tell me how I would get a complaint filed about an officer beating somebody down? And I'm on the phone with my friend here, and we want to know what we can do about this.
Officer beating somebody down?
Yeah.
When and where did this occur?
Can you tell me what the policy is?
Okay. When did it occur?
What does that have to do with the policy?
Well, it has a lot to do with my answer.
Well, does your answer change in terms of the policy based on when it happened?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, I don't want to get into that right now. Can you just tell me what
I can't answer your question without you answering mine, okay?
Well, hold on. You're telling me I can't find out how to file a complaint unless I tell you when it happened.
Yeah, I need to know what shift it occurred on.
And does that change the entire process of how the complaint's handled?
No complaint will be handled. There'll be no complaint to lodge unless you tell me what shift it occurred on so I can tell you who to come in and speak to.
Well, what if I don't want to come in there and speak to someone? What if I just want to file the complaint and, submit it on paper?
You physically, or your friend physically has to come here if you actually have a complaint to lodge against an officer.
Are you an officer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you're telling me that the only way to file a complaint is to come into the police station and talk to you?
Not to me.
Or to someone down there?
I'm not a supervisor.
Okay, so I have to come down there and talk to a supervisor, so that's the process.
That's how it starts, but it needs to be on the same shift that the incident occurred on.
Okay, and there's no other way to do it?
Absolutely not.
You guys don't take complaints over the phone?
We take no complaints over the phone.
You don't take complaints by mail?
Absolutely not.
And you don't take complaints anonymously?
No.
If I wanted to report a crime, would you take it anonymously?
Report a crime?
Yeah, a crime, like somebody robbing a bank, like a crime, like a bank robbery.
Listen, yeah, well, is there a bank robbery occurring right now?
I didn't say that. I'm asking you, would you take that anonymously if I wanted to tell you who committed a crime like that?
If you have an actual complaint, tell your friend the time that it occurred, come in the apartment about the same time. Okay? Otherwise, I'm not going to sit here and play 20 questions on the phone with you.
It's not.
With the information you provided, since you want to be very anonymous and general.
Since I want to be very anonymous and
general with your description of what occurred, I am unable to assist you any further.
Well, hold on. I need some information. You've been on the phone with me less than 4 minutes, so I don't really think I'm taking a lot of time up. I just want to know what the procedure is.
It has nothing to do with time. It has to do with you being very general. I can't assist you any further unless you're more specific. You give me a time, I can tell you what time to come in and talk to a supervisor.
Okay.
I made that very, very clear.
Yeah, yes, you did. You made that very, very clear.
I made it clear that we don't handle complaints like this, of this nature, over the phone, nor by mail.
Well, you did tell me that, but it's been a struggle to get even that much information.
Well, it's been a struggle to get any information from you.
Well, first of all, I don't really appreciate your attitude. You're being very disrespectful.
Okay, if you have any further questions, you can come up here and ask.
Well, hold on. Yes, I have one more question. Are you still there? Hello? Hello? He hung up.
All right, see what I'm saying?
No, I see exactly what you're saying. Let's start over. Let's just try this again.
Yeah.
That's all complete information.
Yes, who am I speaking with?
Same guy you just got off the phone with.
Okay, same guy. Can you give me your ID number or your name?
And my number is 187.
187, that's your badge number?
That's correct.
And can you give me your name?
All you need is my badge number.
Alls I need, can I have your name?
My badge number is sufficient as far as
Well, I want to file a personnel complaint against you,
Okay.
and I want to know who to report that to, and I want your
Come
full.
in.
I want
Come
you.
in.
Well, stop. Please, well, first thing is, sir, please stop interrupting me. I would really appreciate if you would stop interrupting me and let me get a sentence completed before you start talking. Can I have your name?
My badge number is 187. You can come up here and speak to my supervisor if you have a complaint to lodge.
And who is your supervisor?
Well, I have about 4 different supervisors.
Well, can you give me the one that you want?
You can come in between the hours.
You're interrupting me.
And 12 p.m. I'm trying to answer your questions.
Is that how they teach you how to answer the phone? You keep interrupting me. Why do you do that? Can you give me your supervisor's name without interrupting me again?
Sir, do you have any other questions?
Yes, you never answered the first question. What is your supervisor's name?
I have 4 different supervisors that are here between 4 and 12 p.m.
Can you give me all four? Can you give me all 4 of their names?
I don't have that list in front of me.
You don't have the list in front of you. Will you give me one of their names?
Hold on, sir. I have another call coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other questions?
You never gave me any answers. Did you give me the name of your supervisor? You're going to give them to me.
You can come in and speak to any supervisor who works 4 p.m. to 12 p.m.
Can you give me one of their names? You said you were going to give me a name. What? Give me a name.
I never said I was going to give you a name, but I'll give you one. Sergeant Nettleton.
Sergeant Middleton. Okay, and what's the chief's name?
Chief is John Coffey.
John Coffey. Okay, sir. And you're telling, just so I'm making sure that I understand what you're telling me, you don't take complaints over the phone, you don't take them by mail, there's no other way to do it except to come down there. And that's according, why do you keep, can I ask you a question?
As far as your friend was concerned, if your friend feels that he was quote-unquote beaten down by an officer,
Yes.
he needs to come in. The time, since you won't give me a time, I'll just say that whatever.
I'm gonna give you the time and a date, but I'll give you the time and the date. The time is
Give me a
10.
time. Go ahead.
The time was 10:30 p.m. But before you go any further, I'm going to ask you one more time. Will you please stop interrupting me when I'm in the middle of a sentence? Every time I start talking, you start talking. I don't know if they.
You're very general with them.
There you go again. I won't talk when you're talking if you won't talk when I'm talking. So I can't even hear your answers because you keep interrupting me. So I want to finish my questions, and then when I get done, answer me or don't. But I would like to not be interrupted again. So the chief's name is Coffey, Sergeant Middleton is your supervisor, and your ID number is 187. Now I told you the incident happened at 10:30. Now where does that take me?
Actually, you can speak to the same supervisor as mine. That's 4 to 12 p.m. Sergeant Nettleton you can speak to.
Is he there now?
He is here today. There's no supervisors in the building at this time because.
I want to talk to him right now. You said I could talk to him. I want to talk to him.
Okay. I never said you could talk to him. I said if you come up here, you can speak to him.
Well,
There's
what,
no
what,
supervisors in the building.
what do you mean? I can talk to him only if I come in, but I can't talk to him over the phone?
That is correct.
Why is that?
There's no supervisors in the building. I'm the only one besides dispatch who's in the building right now.
I see. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, sir.
All right. You have a wonderful night.
You too.